rising, grand afternoon, grand evening, whatever it is for you at this time. Thank you so much for showing up with me. And most of the time that I've been recording, it's been after I get back from the gym. But today I'm recording upon awakening, and I feel a lot lighter, and I really am enjoying the energy that I'm in right now versus after I've been out and around and talking to other people and whatnot. So I thank you, and I invite you to please like and subscribe if you are finding that you are enjoying these messages and that they're speaking with you and to you. Today's message is about knowing that you are exactly where you are meant to be, right here and right now, exactly where you're meant to be. And sometimes it's hard to believe, especially when we know we're supposed to be stepping into an alignment of something for our future, something greater than ourselves. It doesn't happen overnight. Even when we may feel ready, there might be things within us that are still catching up to that new version of ourselves. Or maybe there's parts of us that are holding on to the old pieces. A little secret is that if you want to step into a new reality and a new existence for yourself, it's really important to let the old fall away. And it's okay to grieve this. It's okay to understand and feel that this is hard to do, and you're not alone in this. Each person who decides to step into their purpose, I believe, has to do the healing that it takes to remove the old version that's always wanting to step in the way. And it's not that the old version of us is stepping in the way to block us or cause harm. It's because they know how to protect us and to keep us safe. That old version of us has been with us for so long that sometimes it kind of might feel a little upset that it's time for us to move forward without it. And that's all right too. It's okay to grieve our old selves so that we may step into this higher version of ourselves. So today I invite you to find gratitude within your journey and where you're at. Listen to that space within your heart that leads you. And if you have a hard time listening to your heart, then I invite you to close your eyes and just breathe in through the nose and exhale also through the nose, allowing your energy to settle. It might not come right away, but after some time you may find that it becomes easier to listen to yourself. You don't have to do this breath and this breathing for long. Just 3 to 5 breaths at a time. If you're feeling like you want to do more, then continue doing more. You know, this is your life. You have free will to choose what you do. I know that some of you are struggling, working on getting out of the matrix right now. And it might be because it's scary to do that. It's scary to step out into the unknown, not knowing what's happening next. But that's one of the best places that you can be. I just heard this today in another reading about showing up empty so that you can be filled upon arrival. So when you leave that matrix, leave that feeling empty, feeling like you have nothing and you don't know where you're going, because you're in the perfect spot when you're there. Because Source is able to use you even more when you're in a space that you are open and receiving. So again, be empty to be filled. 4:44 as we say that on the timer. So let's find stability in knowing nothing, because that's okay, and that's a great place to be. It's the perfect place to be. So Also, Source shows up sometimes in the form of a tower moment. Sometimes we might not know what we need, or we are unable to step into an energy for our own selves, by ourselves. So realizing sometimes that the universe aligns with us and for us in a way that we might not like exactly, but going through that lesson is going to help us find our blessings. I know that sounds so cliche, but it's so true. Going through the lessons is what brings us our blessings. So if you're going through a lesson, know that you're not alone, and realize that there is a silver lining. At 555, God is intervening in your life at times to bring you back to your path, to bring you back to where you're meant to be. And that's great, even if it's hard. I know it's not easy. For me to show up here, I had to have my car taken away, and it's been like 4 months now that I haven't had a vehicle, and I'm grateful. At first it was really hard for me because I live in the middle of nowhere and it's really cold outside at this time of year. So my kids and I are walking a lot to school and back and around to other places, to work, etc. I'm having to find rides to gigs. But what this has done is it's taken away a distraction from me stepping into this, because I wasn't doing what I wanted to do because I was so afraid. I was so stuck in my fear that I couldn't even sit in front of this camera and say, hey, I'm afraid. But because my car was damaged beyond repair, it aligned me with my purpose even more. 7:21 on the timer. It's my favorite time. So it aligned me perfectly with this. It allowed me to step out of my own way and step into my path. So next time you might be feeling angry at Source or yourself, or guilty for where you are or where you aren't on your path, just remember, you're exactly where you're meant to be right now. There are still things that you might have to prepare for. There are still things within you that are still learning and finding the alignment. It's really important right now to let go of other people's opinions and ideas for your life. This is your life. Why are you allowing other people to jibber jabber over here and over here? All that does is create cloud and confusion for you and your purpose. You ever gone through your whole life and then you get to like, oh, now I gotta pick a career. Yep, pick a career. Like, that is, to me, almost always based on what other people's opinions are. So you get to the center of this spiral of, oh, this is everybody's opinion for me, and what happens? You're like slingshotted out of that because that never was for you in the first place. So remember to listen to your heart. It will help you stop wasting time, and it will help you get on the right path. And it will help you find unity with your truest identity, your truest happiness. And part of why they keep us stuck in this matrix, working and going to these 9-to-5 jobs with barely any money, is because if you are stuck in fear-based mind control or survival mode, you cannot do anything like what I'm doing right here. You can't create because you're stuck in fear. But through creation, fear is subsided and you can find your place in this world. They don't want you to do that, because if you do that, if you find unity within yourself, you are a threat to their system, because you are then awakened. You are then no longer controllable through their matrix. So this is your invitation. Yep, I said that really funny. This is your invitation. Excuse me. This is your invitation to show up for yourself and to break free. from this matrix. This is your invitation. So the video stopped a second. This happens like every single day. I'm like in the middle of recording and I start talking about some real stuff, and then my video says manage your storage. I've deleted like 6,000 photos off my phone, including videos this week, because of the storage shortage. And every single time I go in there, there's like duplicates of things that I've deleted. There's the same photos I've deleted. There's like 20 videos of the same video. And this happens like every time I'm like in the middle of a deep conversation video here on this, talking to y'all. And it's kind of frustrating, but that brings me to a new point that I can share with you. Not allowing those moments of resistance to stand in your way. Like, there are going to be things that come up when we're stepping into our purpose, and they're meant to try to deter us from our path. Like when you're a chosen one and you're on your path, it's 111 on the timer. When you're on your path, like, you are a threat to what has been built to keep us contained. So remember that. Don't give up because your video didn't work 10 times in a row. Like, the 11th time it will work. Okay? Don't give up because every time you're almost done with your recording and you get to the end of it, it says manage your storage. Guess what? I'm not going to let those things stop me, and neither should you, because that's exactly why they're put in your way, to try to deter you from helping the collective find their true selves, you from finding your true self, you from bringing other people into enlightenment with you. When you're a chosen one, you have a path to follow and a gift that you are agreed to bring here to help this consciousness shift. So remember that when you're not stepping into your power and you're not doing what you're meant to do, you're actually taking away from someone else's life. That was the thing that I had to hear that kind of got my butt into gear, was that, like, when I'm not doing this right here and encouraging someone else might be feeling the same way I'm feeling before I was encouraged, before I had the gusto, if you will, to get up here and speak to whomever needs to hear this. So before we do close this video today, because I have to go pick up my kiddos from school here, I want to say a prayer, because I kind of have gotten away from the prayers on this channel. And in this prayer, I just invite you to pray however you pray, or, you know, whatever you want to call it, chant however you chant, or sing however you sing, manifest however you manifest, whatever the word that you choose to use to speak to spirit, do that. Okay, so I don't pray to any God specifically. I don't know if you do, and if you do, that's okay with me. I'm not really here to judge your spirituality or ask who you pray to or what you pray to. I just ask that you take a moment to communicate with Source in this moment. And if not, you can also just like and subscribe, please, and then move on to the next sentence or part of this video, or even to the next thing in your day. Thank you for being here on this video for this long to catch the prayer. And if you have stayed this long, can you please put some praying hands in the comments for me? And I can know who is actually watching, and maybe I can bring some more energy to those who are subscribed in a more specified way, rather than just speaking whole collectively. That being said, let's take a moment to close our eyes. And first, I just want to say thank you, Source, for being in every moment and through every moment, for showing up. I want to say thank you for allowing me to have gratitude. And I ask that you invite those and open the hearts of those who are listening to also let their hearts be filled with gratitude. And I ask that you help them who are suffering from their own grief and guilt to stop being so hard on themselves and to find enjoyment through each day. And I ask that you help them in a way like you helped me, and that you can show up for them in a way that nudges them and pushes them into their purpose. And I ask that you allow yourselves to be empty so that Source may fill you up with what you need. And I pray oh so deeply that you step out of your own way today, and that you allow your ancestors and guides, that you allow Source, the universe, to step in and do for you what you have not been able to do for yourself. Once again, I ask that they step in to do for you what you have been unable to do for yourself. And I know these are such powerful words, but from the deepest parts of ourselves, we pray to you and ask that we are able to move from one identity into the next. And that we may find joy and lightness within our hearts. It's to not be so hard on ourselves, not so critical, but to be understanding, just like as if we are a child on the inside, because we are. Our heart is our child. And let us hold and love this child, knowing that we don't need another person to hold us, but we can hold ourselves just like this. And know that we are not alone, but we have you, Source. Each and every moment and each and every step. Even when we are incapable of walking for our own selves, you carry us. So I say thank you today, right from the bottom of my heart. And namaste. Thank you for taking a moment to thank Source and our ancestors. And with that, I'm going to say, stay strong, stay passionate, stay true, and most importantly, stay you. Namaste, y'all.